Kathy?
It's freezing here.
Is it?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it's not too, well, it's not too bad. It was in the 30s here.
oh, we're not used to this here at the beaches.
No, you're not. You know, well, we've been really, really, really cold, so it almost feels like a heat wave here.
Right.
It's been like below zero. It's been like 5 degrees. Tomorrow, one of these days, it's actually supposed to hit 40.
Oh my gosh.
Really unusual for us at this time.
Right.
Yeah. So
I think we're getting what you all are usually get. I mean, because
yeah.
the snowstorms we had this past weekend, that's unprecedented for this area.
Wow. Yeah, because when you posted that picture, I was like, holy crap.
I looked out. I mean, they said it's going to snow. I looked out in the morning and went, oh, God.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It has been kind of a very cold winter, but not much snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2022 is about as weird as 21 and 20.
Yeah.
And
yeah, when you're not used to that, that's miserable.
Yeah.
Miserable. I'm just letting everybody. Karen is here. Hey. And Jody's pulling up. All right. Everybody wants to talk about saggy skin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Woohoo! It's saggy skin time. Sorry, and it was late. Like my day got away from me. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to post what we're going to talk about. And then obviously questions and whatever you guys have for me, we can discuss as well. So, let's see, I'm just going to look at time and there's Jody. Hey. Oh, we've got, all right, wonderful. Glad you guys are here. Happy Monday. Last day of January.
Woo!
Spring is coming.
Fast enough.
Not soon enough.
I know. I hear ya. Isn't it Groundhog's Day? Is that the 2nd, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll see. You never believe it. Because really it's whatever happens, no matter what.
Exactly.
Whatever he or she says or whatever. So good. Let's get started. And if anybody else joins, I'll let them in, of course. So we're going to talk a little bit, and this is a topic that comes up a lot in my conversations, and I'm sure in your conversations, and you may feel the same way. But it's kind of like, how do you firm up saggy skin? Why does it happen? All those kinds of things. So of course, it's not a harmful thing. It is to our psyche though. Mm-hmm. And, it can lower self-esteem, and those areas too that I think bother women the most are right under here, right? They call them the bat wings. So if you're not flexing, it kind of moves around. That's the one I hear about. But then I also hear about, the belly too. The air, that skin changes, especially if you have had kids, but even if you haven't, there's that area there. And your skin just changes. Saggy skin here, like maybe an extra neck. Oh yes, Pam, the turkey neck. But yeah, those, sometimes the bottom of the glutes, you might have a little bit there too. So, and after you've lost a lot of weight, that happens, and that's very common. There are some medical conditions that cause loose skin, but those are really super uncommon. So of course, lifestyle factors affect your skin too, just like other things, our organs, but eating unhealthy, so processed foods, lots of sugar, that kind of thing can be, causing that to happen. And also, like, if you like to worship the sun. So when I was younger, I worshiped the sun, and I sort of really still do in a sense, but I'm wearing sunscreen. I'm not wearing baby oil like a lot of us did, right? Yeah. So, I'm going to talk about why does it occur, and then some tips that can help prevent it from continuing. And what are some ways or approaches that we can fix it, quote unquote, fix it and improve it, actually. So it's a natural part of aging. It happens. A lot of things, gravity is part of it. Can't really, do anything about that, but there's two proteins that decrease with age. One is collagen, which we hear about all the time, and the other one is called elastin. It makes your skin stretchy. So if you pick up your skin, it should go all the way back down. If you pick up your skin, it either means you're super dehydrated, which you don't want either, or the elastin is going away. And obviously it's the skin firmness that those two affect. Of course, collagen is the most common and it's the most abundant because it's not just skin. And a lot of people think that, collagen is skin, but it's in your muscles, it's in your bones, tendons, blood vessels. And as your body gets older, it produces less collagen. So that's why it's a huge hot supplement people are looking for. And so when you don't have collagen or a lack of collagen in your body, that's where you're going to see those signs of aging. So it's the wrinkles that happen, the sagging skin because the elasticity is decreasing. When your joints get stiff, like you get out of bed or out of a chair and you're like, ugh, and you're kind of groaning and you're stiff. It's a sign that you're producing less collagen. Because when your collagen is high, so you look at a baby, right? And they're just soft and they're just, smooth and firm. And collagen also helps the skin cells renew. So we lose thousands and thousands of skin cells. And collagen helps renew those skin cells. It helps repair them. And it also keeps your skin moist. So there's some moisture in there. And so that's why it's really seen as a very, very important protein. And also it affects our digestion too, our digestive system, because all those bone or the blood vessels and things throughout the body. So it's really important because if you have nice, strong tissues and blood vessels and skin and all of that, it helps our internal organs as well. So there's also something, and there is a myth that if you put collagen on your skin, if you put it topically, it's going to help, but that's untrue. You have to ingest it and take it in like systemically, if you will, for it to have any, for it to help. So if lotions have collagen, you can put it on. I'm sure it'll help with some moisture, but it's not going to improve the more collagen in your body. So the other thing that reduces with age that really affects our moisture of the skin and it makes our skin feel fuller is hyaluronic acid. And I know that there's a lot of skin creams and stuff with that ingredient in it. And, by the time we're 35 and 40, that starts to go down. So a lot of us have been already experiencing that. So obviously sagging skin occurs after significant weight loss, which is talked about. If when were pregnant, you remember how the skin of the abdomen stretched and then you had the baby and you're like, oh, what do I do with this jelly, right? And the saggy skin. And there are some hereditary, and this is really pretty interesting. So if you have, or if your mom had stretch marks, most likely you'll have stretch marks. If your mom didn't, most likely you wouldn't either with having, it just is like your DNA of your skin and how those genes affected you. So you can get stretch marks for like men when they put on a lot of muscle quickly, they'll get stretch marks. And you can see them up in their shoulders, their back sometimes, thighs even. The other thing that's not good for skin, of course, is we talked about the sun exposure, particularly the UV light, and that will aid in the wrinkles and the saggy skin. And it reduces the elasticity too. So I like to be out in the sun, but I'm more more diligent because I did have a basal cell carcinoma when it'll be a year already. And once you have one of those, you're more likely to have more. So I'm a little like, okay, I gotta put all this stuff on, but I still like to get a little tan. Not gonna, especially we're all of us are pasty white because we're freezing, right? Oh yes. So some of those areas that are saggy, and we talked a little bit about your face, your jawline, you know, the neck, abdomen, upper arms, inner thighs. Inner thighs is another one I missed. So now we kind of know what we're losing. So what can we do to prevent some of that sagging skin? So of course, what your skin has been exposed to, either that's harmful are things like free radicals in the body. If you've heard of that, and free radicals can damage your skin and make you sick. And so antioxidants are there to normalize those free radicals. Plant-based foods are really good sources of antioxidants. So like your berries and vegetables and things like that. So free radicals, it's a very complex definition. So I don't want to go into that, but they are linked to aging and another host of diseases. And in fact, I even wrote down here that, but little is known about their role in human health or how to prevent them from making people sick. So all we need to do is make sure that we neutralize those free radicals by eating antioxidants and using antioxidants. So, and when those free radicals build up, what happens, and you may have heard this, it's called oxidative stress. And that can alter conditions of the body and result in diseases. And one of those, and I wouldn't say disease, but is inflammation. So that is, oxidative stress. So it's just regular stress in your life. It's pollution, exposure to sun, cigarette smoke, unhealthy diet. Those increase that free radical production, which leads to the oxidative stress. So what you want to do, of course, along with the antioxidants, is enjoy the sun safely, right? Avoid sunbed use. That's a huge one. I know.
I'm not gonna.
I know.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it's good time for a nap.
That's what I tell them every time I come in. They're like, "Do you want a bed or a stand up?" I said, "Put me in that bed. That's my rest."
Yeah. I don't. When it's avoiding that, it's like there are people who do really abuse the sunbeds, and you can tell by looking at them that they're. Eating a healthy diet, of course, staying hydrated, big time. Oh, look at Kathy's drinking her water. Good girl. And using moisturizer, really, really super important. Pat's trying to get in. Here we go. She's trying 3 times. Eating a healthy diet. We just talked. Getting adequate sleep, right? Getting adequate sleep. We talk a lot about that. That's that rest and recovery. Not only good for our muscles and all that other stuff, but it's good for preventing saggy skin, right? Getting enough rest. Stop smoking if you're a smoker. None of you are. I know Jody quit, but she's done great with that. How long now?
Going on 5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
After 30.
Yeah. So
Old
that's,
turkey.
yeah, it's the best thing. Losing weight at a steady pace instead of like there are people who have like gastric surgery or bands or nothing against that, but they tend to lose weight really quick. And then your skin doesn't really have any like way to adjust.
Right.
It just, it's gone. And then you have all that skin. And then obviously reducing exposure to like pollutions and cigarette smokes the best you can, that kind of thing. So there are different ways to improve your skin, the saggy piece of that. We know exercise, resistance training, weight training, increasing muscle mass, And building muscle through exercise, and I know I've said this before, building muscle through exercise can improve the appearance of saggy skin, especially, Pat, your
Yeah.
arms and your legs. So we're doing the right things.
We'll see.
Yes, facial exercises can improve muscle tone around the jaw and the neck, and that can reduce the sagging skin in those areas, believe it or not. I used to make fun of my sister, and this was, oh my gosh, years ago, and she used to sit in front of the TV. She didn't want, so my mom family has like the double chin on their side, and she was not going to have anything to do with that. She's in there and she kept pushing up because she read somewhere, and by golly, I think it really has helped her. And she kept, as a teenager, she would do that, and I would make fun of her all the time, but she would just massage that area. Well, as we talk a little bit, that is one of the things that you can do to help sagging skin. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not going to tell her that though. I know. I'm in quite the mood today. Oh, let's see. So there's
Hey,
also,
can you do me a favor? Can you see that I'm trying to get into you from the computer and not through the phone?
oh yeah, you were trying to come in like 3 different ways. So
No,
we go.
it's not letting me through the computer at all, so I had to try
This
the
meeting
phone,
is
and I
being
hate the
recorded.
phone, so I'm gonna say goodbye to you on the phone.
All right, sounds good. We gotcha.
Okay, got it. Got to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, because you got the bouncing back.
Oh my Lord. Oh boy.
There we
Okay,
go.
much better.
Ah, yes. And there's Hillary. Hey there.
Mhm.
All right, so we talked about exercise as one way to improve skin from sagging. The second there are firming products available, and they reduce minor sagging affecting areas of the face, neck, and abdomen. And I read too that the American Academy of Dermatology says that these products have limited efficacy because they're unlikely to penetrate the skin deeply enough to improve sagging. So you don't really maybe want to spend, there's some benefit to like a retinoid, which will help improve some of the collagen by helping it appear firmer. But a lot of that topical stuff is not going to work. So if that makes sense. So there is something, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff on the market that you can spend your dollars on. Now there is, I remember as a young girl, I felt like I was getting like the cottage cheese, cellulite, and there was this one product that you could buy, and it was.
I feel that as an old lady, by the way.
What's that?
I feel like that as an old lady, by the way.
Right.
You have no idea.
Yeah, and so.
Oh, Pat, if you only knew.
No, I could see it in your when you take your pictures. I do not see it, but man, mine, holy crap, it looks like, I don't even want to tell you.
Yeah, and so a lot of that topical stuff really doesn't work, but they want you to spend your money on it, right? Yeah, so things with retinoids may increase, like I said, so like on the face, may increase that collagen of the skin and make it firmer. But some of that, when you're putting all this stuff all over your body, what's it doing? It needs to become internal or other things like supplements. Of course, your healthy diet, right, you guys? And that will decrease the appearance. It doesn't happen overnight. It's especially, let's say you've just started eating unprocessed foods, healthy foods for 6 months. It's not going to happen overnight. You got to give yourself time for that to make a difference. Now, we talk about tanning and trying to avoid that. Having a little bit of color to you tends to make that appearance less noticeable too. So not that I want you to go into a tanning bed, but a little sun isn't going to hurt you as long as you're protecting yourself for the most part, right? But your fruits and vegetables support good skin health. And then supplements, one of them is collagen. They help replace collagen that the body naturally loses, because we just talked about how we naturally lose that. You can get collagen supplements in a powder, capsule, pill form, in already pre-made drinks. So a lot of companies are coming out with their own collagen. So there was a study in the journal, what journal? Skin Pharmacology and Physiology, and they monitored the effects of collagen supplementation for skin, and they found that 8 weeks of collagen supplementation improved skin elasticity. So you do have proof that that does work, but it's like another thing. It doesn't happen overnight. It has to be a consistent thing. And I would not rub collagen all over your skin. So you want to ingest it and take it in. So lots of collagen products out there. And I just had mine, and I love that fact that it's unflavored, so you can get flavored. It's unflavored, so it's not going to change the taste of like when you put it in your coffee or whatever. I put mine in my smoothies, but it mixes really well. It doesn't have the chunky piece to it. So I think collagen is really, really important, not just for women, but for men. Men, skin changes too. As they get older, it's normal for them. So another one is our antioxidants, and we just talked about that. We want to neutralize the free radicals, that attack our bodies just from living our environment. And we just talked about all that. But vitamin C, you guys know that's a well-known antioxidant, and it does support collagen production. So getting enough vitamin C, whether that's in a vitamin or your fruits and vegetables. So without having vitamin C, and I didn't know this until I did some research, without vitamin C, collagen production reduces significantly. So you've got to have both. Interesting, huh? So of course, antioxidant supplements, you can take those, capsule powder, they have little gummies out for that. But a healthy diet is really where you should get most of that from, especially your vitamin C. So that's a really good point, that you need your vitamin C in order for that collagen, especially if you're supplementing. Collagen is in your proteins that you eat too, but as you age, it's really nice to have that supplement. The other thing, I was just telling you about massage, how my sister would massage her neck and all that, but massage can improve blood flow around the body. It helps remove waste products, because you guys know, if you get a massage, what does the therapist tell you? Drink lots of water, right? And it will help remove those free radicals. Okay. It can also stimulate what's called a fibroblast. And those are cells that help produce connective tissues that keep the skin firm. And the connective tissues have collagen and elastin. And we know, based on what I told you before earlier, is collagen and elastin decrease as you get older. So having that massage will stimulate those connective tissues and increase that collagen and elastin. So there's lots of different, you can go and get massages, but there are handheld devices that you can do massage with. And there was
Hello, Jody.
there was a study done that you could use massage device with anti-aging face cream that helped facial wrinkles and neck sagging. So like, I would think, like, when you talk about anti-aging face cream, I think you could use like a moisturizer too.
Mm-hmm.
So massage is really, really helpful. Not only is it good to just increase the blood flow into your muscles and all your other tissues, but think about this, the connective tissue, the elastin, the collagen, and things like that. So what's your dog doing, Pam?
She thinks she wants to run the show, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, look at
During the day, too. She's looking out the window.
look at all those ladies. Oh, that's cute. All right, so those are a couple things. So there are some non-surgical treatments that can help with mild to moderate skin sagging. They're short procedures. There's minimal recovery time. There's maybe some little like temporary swelling of the areas. So what these non-surgical procedures will do is they'll increase the collagen and the elastin production by using devices to heat different layers of the skin below the surface. You can see results 2 to 6 months after treatment. And some of those are ultrasound. So these are non-surgical. So ultrasound is a high intensity, ultrasound that penetrates deepest, the very deep layers of the skin. And then if you add heat, it encourages the body to produce collagen. So a single treatment may result in modest skin lifting and tightening.
Yes.
So there's a lot. Isn't that interesting? Not cool
Yeah.
sculpting, but
Yeah.
yeah.
What is cool sculpting?
You know, I don't believe in it. It's supposed to freeze your fat cells and decrease them. But if you're not changing any other thing, like if you're not changing your eating habits and you're not exercising, you're not doing those things, going in for cool sculpting isn't going to be beneficial. It's just gonna
Something
take your
else
money.
called cryo something.
Cryo, yep.
That's similar.
Cryo, yeah, that's another one. Now the cryotherapy is where you go in a booth, and I've tried
Freeze to
it,
death.
and you freeze. But what
What?
it does, yeah, and it helps increase the healing process. Like if you have
No, thank
surgery
you.
and stuff, it's cold. I've done it. Yeah, it's cold.
Give me my tanning bed all day long.
So there's a lot of stuff. CryoFit also supposedly gives you more energy and all these kinds of things. I did it just to try it, and it's 3 minutes of just pure freezing.
She can just go around the neighborhood in
I
her
can-
bikini on her
Exactly.
snowmobile.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, Jody, they're having a bikini run.
See?
I am
There you
not
go.
in it.
That's funny. Another thing, there are laser treatments, and they send heat deep into your skin. It doesn't harm the top layer. And that you want to do that for like 3 to 5 treatments, and and those results you'll see 2 to 6 months after the last treatment. They tighten the skin all over the body, and they're really especially beneficial in the abdomen and upper arms. So I don't know costs of these type things, but non-surgical. So if there's things that really do bother you, you can certainly investigate what you have in your area. Non-surgical radio frequency, and that uses a device to heat the tissue beneath to the skin. Some people report that even just one treatment can produce results, and that affects can last 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
So I'm sure as these go along, the prices are adjusted for that. So then there's your minimally invasive options, and that is surgical radio frequency. So this is more invasive, of course. Intense pulsed light, where it uses energy to heat cells. You have to have lots of treatments. It's called IPL, and it can cause skin flushing, some swelling. Women will do it like your skin will sag, like because gravity, right? And it loses the collagen.
Just look right there.
But you can do these IPL treatments. So you can get like, you can get injectables, but it's not going to affect this. So if you want your skin to be pulled back without surgery, you do the intense pulse light, and it's supposed to pull this back. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, and it reduces the signs of aging. So, there's laser resurfacing, of course, that is a little bit more invasive. They have to put like a topical anesthetic on your face. Your recovery time is about 3 to 10 days, but there are some significant results, and it can last for several years. It really just depends on how you feel about yourself, kind of what your end goal is. None of this is bad to do. I mean, these are just some options for you. So, and then of course, the last thing are surgical and cosmetic options, and that's the whole facelift, neck lift, arm lift, called a brachioplasty, upper body lift, tummy tuck, lower body lift. You can have the inner thighs lifted. You can pretty much have lots of stuff lifted, right? It really just depends on you and what you want and how it's affecting your life. None of this is like taboo. It's really good information to have because there are some options out there. to help you through maybe some areas that you are really, really frustrated about that, is not just going to go away. And the things that we have control over, of course, are our diet and our exercise, but there might be just certain areas on your body, whether it's a hereditary thing, whether it's you abused your body somehow in the past, you lost weight really, really quickly, that
Surgery.
yeah, that you may need, yeah, right. And that, that
We've had surgery, yeah.
right, that way. And sometimes you have those scars. And I know Pat does, I know I have, Pam has, it's like, okay, so you can go in and have that taken care of. It just depends on how important that is to you. So, but honestly, you starting out with, taking good care of yourself by eating and exercising and all of that. I mean, that's really and you can do some of those collagen supplements, your vitamin C, all of that. I can tell with my collagen that my complexion is a lot better. I used to get like a lot of like pimples areas down in my jawline. And since I've been taking collagen, it's really helped. So, I mean, those
And
are
vitamin A.
Yep.
Vitamin A, the esthetician told me vitamin A.
Yep. So there's a lot of options that we can do before we go into any of those minimally invasive or non-invasive procedures too. So lots of stuff out there. And there's things like the Coolsculpting that I personally don't agree with, because I do have some friends that will spend all kinds of money on it and they look the same and they think it helps and they keep doing it because it makes them feel better. But I want for you guys things that you have options that are going to help, like, and you have to be open to that. What do you want? And I wanted to really talk about that because it comes up frequently. And I noticed too,
Talk about.
yeah. And I noticed too in my own body too, how my skin has changed. And sometimes I think I'm going to have my dad's skin. He has very thin skin. Bruises really easy. And I'm like, oh boy, and sometimes we can do all we want, but sometimes that hereditary factor will affect us. We can't do anything about that. But I keep telling him to take collagen. He won't. He's 80. He can do whatever he wants. But I'm like, put it in your coffee. You drink a lot of coffee, it'll help. But anyway, my mom is taking it, so maybe it'll rub off on him. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully some of this information was helpful, that, there are ways to do it, self-care, non-surgical, more, some surgical options, some minimally invasive options as well. And then you want to pick a reputable place to do any of those kinds of things. So any questions on that? Any of that?
What's a good amount of a daily amount of collagen to take in?
I think honestly, what I do, and mine has some protein in it, some collagen doesn't have that in, but I do 2 servings a day. It's 2 scoops. I do one in the morning and then one in the evening. Like the one in the morning, I just mix with just protein itself and shake it up with water, and I just drink it because I do that before my workout. But in the afternoon, I mix it with a smoothie.
How many
I
grams
tend to do,
is-
yeah.
How many grams in one serving for your collagen?
You know what? I gotta look. Let me grab
'Cause
one.
my collagen is 2 scoops, and I do that in the morning in my coffee. But I don't do it. I don't usually do it again.
No, mine is
I don't-
2 scoops. I only do 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't do the 2 scoops. It's so
Yeah, it's too much. I do the 2 scoops.
much
but 1
protein.
scoop.
then if I do that and a protein shake, that's a lot of protein. That's 36 grams from the collagen plus another 21 from the
Yeah, that's a lot. I would go, yeah.
and then you got your food. I'd rather have food, so I break it in half. I just do half a scoop of the collagen,
Right.
and I don't do it the same day I do the protein powder, because I don't do them the same every day.
Yeah. I kind of have this routine that works for me, and I think you guys can develop that too. And yeah, 30 grams of protein in 1 serving of anything is good. If you have too much protein in 1 serving, like 50 grams, it's really hard to digest all of that.
Yeah, you can get
Um,
constipated so
yeah.
badly.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
breaking it up, like even if you would have 25 and then 2 hours later have another 25, it gives you a chance to digest. Sometimes my meals get kind of close together depending on what I want to do. But I really, really focus on getting that protein in. But yeah, that's what I do. Doesn't mean you guys have to do that. But I
I
try.
wound up in the emergency room because I actually overdosed on protein powder. For 3 days, I went on this protein thing. This was
Yeah.
before I knew.
Well, and it can affect your kidneys too. Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, I was so sick.
Yeah, I think those people who have kidney problems really have to kind of watch their protein intake. Those
No,
of
I
you
don't
who have
have
healthy kidneys should be fine, but you can go overboard. You guys don't have
Oh,
to
yeah.
worry. You guys don't have to worry because you can't even get your protein in.
It's not the animal protein. It's the
There's one for
protein
the
powder.
coach.
Y'all laugh because you know it's funny and you know it happens. I struggle some days too because sometimes I'll just forget. Like I'm right there with you. I'll be working and I'll be like, well, okay. I'll do
Too
better
late
tomorrow.
now.
Better tomorrow, right? 1% better every day. Yeah. So aside from any of that, any of you have anything for me, any questions, anything that's bugging you, anything you want to share that's been like successful, like a positive, like, hey, whatever, had a great weekend.
Oh, I thought you meant about our skin.
Well, well,
I can tell you that there are a lot of expensive products that I got from the plastic surgeon for my face before I lost all this weight. The Florida sun has done a number on my skin, on my face. Really bad. And it's like lizardy down through here.
Uh-huh.
And he told me I needed a facelift. And I trust this guy because I knew him from something I had on my leg years ago. And I told him I wasn't going to do that. But he said, your skin is in such bad condition. And he gave me he didn't give them to me, his esthetician did. They cost a fortune.
Oh, I bet.
They made a huge difference in my skin texture. And one of them was a vitamin C serum.
Mm-hmm.
And recently I've decided I'm going to try to cut back on certain things. So I found online what's considered a dupe of the products that I'm using at half the price.
Nice.
So I just ordered them to see how my skin isn't going to change anymore. I do need to get all of that lifted. Look at all of this excess shit.
So are you going to do
But
that?
I'm not go get it lifted.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've been looking in the mirror a lot. Not the mirror. It's the phone. When somebody calls me, you can see your stupid reflection. And you see all these cracks.
So true.
And now I know when my granddaughter said to me when she was 2.5, Nana, what happened to your face? I said, what's the matter with what happened? She goes, it's cracked.
Oh no.
Because you could see the little,
Sure.
the way the wrinkles come here. But I probably won't do that unless I get really desperate.
Will
the thing on the
injectables
arms
help it or
and
not?
what?
Will injectables
What?
help it or not?
I wouldn't do injectables. I just
Okay.
don't want to inject anything in my face. I'm afraid that I'd get something wrong. But no, injectables at this point, nothing. You can't see it, but if I go like this, look at the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I already had permission to get my eyes done from Medicare because I have vision problems and I have those hooded eyes.
Oh, sure.
But COVID came, so I
Ah.
couldn't do it. So that I will do for sure because it impedes the vision I have in the one eye. But the face thing, I think I can live with. But the arm thing is really getting me nuts. Because they look like little chicken arms that have a bump, and they're all wrinkly. It's like, ew. Where's the feathers?
There is that where they can help that there too. We can do what you're doing is building that muscle.
It's not
up.
under here. It's not under here. It's all up
Right.
in the bicep. the
Right.
bicep.
Yeah, I know. Like up in, yeah.
Yeah.
I have
And I
it too.
can't walk around like this all day in a flex position,
Sure you
you know,
can.
like,
Yeah.
I guess it'll just take time, you know, I just keep working at it. That's
Yep.
all. It's one of the things I don't remember happening when I was younger and I lost weight. I don't
Sure.
remember that at all. And I think this is really the first time I've noticed it. And now it's coming to the thigh area, which is really slimming down.
Mhm.
It's kind of like, holy crap, maybe you were better off fat. You know,
No.
you didn't see all of that. No, of course not. But this is what you think, you know.
Right. Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
And your cheeks are, you know, I mean,
Mhm.
your cheeks are fuller, so people, the wrinkles spread out and people don't notice them.
Well, yeah, because everything's stretched, right? And then when you lose
Right.
that all, then the skin the elastin has to go down.
It's really surprising, and I'll get over it. Like, and you're right about getting color.
Yes.
Usually I have a lot more color than this, but I've been careful because I've had a couple of skin cancers on my chest area.
Mhm.
So I'm being a little more careful, but I intend to, once it gets below 50, above 60, I'll get out in the sun.
I
Because
just,
we were way down in the 40s.
I know. It's going to be 40 up here either tomorrow or Wednesday. So
You
it's just
could do that
unusual.
bikini run.
It is. I mean, honestly, yeah, it was nice out today. Yeah.
And like you said about the rest of the things in you know, the places like your abdomen and stuff, those will never change 100% for me unless I had a surgery,
Right.
and I am not going to do that at 70. I should have done it in my 50s,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to go through that where they remove your belly button and give you a fake one. And I can't imagine doing that at this
Yeah.
age.
Yeah. You know what? It's
The
really you.
recovery.
Yeah. It's about what you want.
Huh?
And yeah.
Yeah, and you know. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, if I was 50 years old, I would do it. I should have done it then. I really should have.
Yeah. I know. I mean, it really all depends on, you know, like for you, you were talking about your face and your eyes and that kind of stuff. And that's important because that's the first thing people see too, you know.
But then I say to myself, oh my God, why do you want to put yourself through that? What if it came out wrong? You know, I mean, I know that's not the way to go into anything,
Sure.
but could you imagine if you had, you know, so and like I say, who's jumping on my bones anyway? So what am I worrying about?
You're funny.
After 52 years, I should care.
Right. Oh my gosh. Jody. Oh, all right. Anybody else? Anybody have any comment after that?
This is
They're
a
all
fun
like,
little.
oh my God.
What is that?
This is light therapy.
Oh,
My daughter is an esthetician.
oh,
And
What did she say about that?
if you put your face products on, whether it's your hyaluronic acid or your peptides, whatever it may be, I have to put a new battery in this because it's not cooperating. But it emits red.
red light. Yep.
Yep. And you can just sit here when I'm having my morning coffee.
And what
I
does
do.
it do?
And it does, you know, you get a temporary. I think if I were more consistent with it, it would probably be better, but I forget.
And that helps with the wrinkles in that area.
It helps with collagen production.
Okay.
The light,
Right.
it's like very red. I looked like I was in hell here a second ago when I had it on. It was like that big. But if I could get it to work, like I said,
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, there it goes. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's on a timer.
Right.
You know, I just sit and do that in the morning. So it does help. I got that on Amazon.
Interesting.
So, I mean, you can go to, you know, go to esthetician if you're going to get, you know, facial or whatnot, and they'll have the therapy like the masks where they have the different color lights, and one of them is that bright red. So it's just a home version of it.
Right. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you can get a lot of things. What I'll do for you guys is I'll put this, all my notes and stuff. I'll put this in the comments underneath the replay. And you guys can have that. And kind of look through it and see if there's anything that would pique your interest if you're interested in any of that. So, but I'll do that and then you'll have that as a reference. But thanks for sharing that. That's awesome.
Well, no matter what, the products that I invested in, they did a remarkable job on my face, the skin texture. A dermatologist that I went to said,
Good.
"Oh, you have the most beautiful skin." And I said, "Albeit the wrinkles, I agree." You know?
Right.
So sometimes you just gotta
Right.
live with what you got.
Right. Well, and sometimes, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
At least we're alive.
yes.
Absolutely.
We are alive and kicking and we're all doing well and right.
Yeah.
No, that's
And we're not sick.
right. I'm done with that. Cool. You know, Pat, if you would be so kind, when I post the video in the comments, put what you use from the dermatologist, because maybe it would help somebody else.
Well, it's SkinCeuticals. That's the brand.
Okay.
And it's not from the dermatologist.
Oh.
Well, she said, "Oh my God, that's the best stuff to use." The plastic surgeon gave it to me. SKIN Ceuticals. It's got 30 years of science, 30 to 40 years of science, but it is extremely expensive.
Yeah. All right.
Sometimes the girls know that I'm on a budget and they'll give me a bunch of samples so I
that's
can
nice.
get through a couple of months.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put that in there too, because you can always
It's
check it
great.
out and yeah.
But then I'll let you know about the 2 dupes that I just bought. And if they
Yes.
work, it's $120 savings on each item.
Woo.
Wow.
Can you imagine? That's great.
That's
That
great.
gives me more time with Diana.
That's right. Woo! Keep
I'd
doing
rather
your
invest
research.
in my investment, as you so call
That's
it.
right. It's your investment in your health and yourself.
Right.
Right. We all know that. We all know that. Cool. Well, on Wednesday, my Facebook Live is where I'm going to talk about cellulite.
Uh,
As I'm hearing a lot, not that I've never heard a lot, but that's another topic
Mhm.
that,
well, I have had good results with that since I started the workout between Pilates and you. That looks much better on me and my
good. Yeah,
legs.
it is a lot about that for sure. So we're going to talk about, kind of what causes it and what can you do to get rid of it. Sometimes it doesn't all go away, but you can reduce the effects of it and what it looks like. So
Yeah.
that's my live on Wednesday. So I hope to see you all there.
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to let you guys go. If you need anything, let me know. I'm glad you guys attended. Reach out. Have a great rest of your week.
Okay.
All right.
I missed the beginning. I'll watch it on the playback.
Sounds good. All right, guys.
Okay,
Have a great
bye.
night.
I do.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
everybody.
Bye-bye.